funny. Yeah, we're just gonna do some reading. We're just doing some of these. I like these because it kind of holds your arms up for you. Yeah, I like doing those. Alright, we're gonna do some reading. Yeah, the continued full read we're doing, CU4, the medieval song and story. We were on page 20. Thou shalt be drawn by dale and down, quoth the sheriff, and hang high on a hill. But thou may fail, quoth Little John, if it be Christ's own will. Let us leave talking of Little John, for he is bound fast to a tree, and talk of Guy and Robin Hood in the greenwood where they be. How those two yeomen together they met under the leaves of lynn to see what merchandise they made, even at that same time. Good morrow, good fellow, quoth Sir Guy. Good morrow, good fellow, quoth he. Methinks by this bow thou bears in thy hand, a good archer thou seest to be. I am wilful of my way, quoth Sir Guy, and of my morning tide. I'll lead thee through the wood, quoth Robin. Good fellow, I'll be thy guide. I seek an outlaw, quoth Sir Guy. Men call him Robin Hood. I had rather met with him upon a day than 40 pound of gold. If you two met, it would be sense were better. Afore ye did part away, let us some other pastime find. Good fellow, I thee pray, let us some other mysterious make, and we will walk in the woods even. We may chance meet with Robin Hood at some unset steven. They cut them down the summer shrogs, which grew both under a briar, and set them there score rod and twin, to shoot the pricks full near. Lead on, good fellow, said Sir Guy, lead on, I do bid thee. Nay, by my faith, quoth Robin Hood, the leader thou shalt be. The first good shoot that Robin led did not shoot an inch the prick fro. Guy was an archer, good enough, but he could ne'er shoot so. The second shoot Sir Guy shot, he shot within the garland, but Robin Hood shot it better than he, for he clove the good prick won. God blessings on their heart, says Guy. Good fellow, thy shooting is good, for an thy heart be as good as thy hands, thou were better than Robin Hood. Tell me thy name, good fellow, quoth Guy. Under the leaves of lynn, nay, be my faith, quoth good Robin, till thou have told me thine. I dwell by a dale of down, quoth Guy, and I have done many a cursed turn, and he that calls me by my right name calls me Guy of good Gainsbourne. My dwelling is in the wood, says Robin. By thee I see right not, I set right not. My name is Robin Hood of Barnesdale, a fellow thou hast long sought. He hath had neither been a Keith nor kin, might have seen a full fray sight, to see how together these yeomen went, with blades both brown and bright, to have seen how these yeomen together fought 2 hours a summer day. It was neither Guy nor Robin Hood that fettled them to fly away. Robin was reckless on a route and stumbled at that tide, and Guy was quick and nimble withal, and hit him o'er the left side. Ah, dear lady, said Robin Hood, thou art both mother and May. I think it was never man's destiny to die before his day. Robin thought on our lady dear, and some leapt up our gang, and thus he came with awkward stroke. Good Sir Guy he has slain. He took Sir Guy's head by the hair, and strict it on his bow's end, Thou hast been traitor all thy life, which thing must have an end. Robin pulled forth an Irish knife, and nipped Sir Guy in the face. That he was never on, a woman born could tell who Sir Guy was. Says, lie there, good Sir Guy, and with me not wrath. If thou have had the worst strokes at my hand, thou shalt have the better cloth. Robin did off his gown and green, Sir Guy he did it throw, and he put it on that capult hide that clad him top to toe. 'Tis bow the arrows and little horn, and with me now I'll bear, for now I will go to Barnesdale to see how my men do fare. Robin set Guy's home to his mouth, a loud blast in it he did blow. The beard the sheriff of Nottingham, that behead the sheriff of Nottingham, as he leaned under a low. Hearken, hearken, said the sheriff, I heard no tidings but good. For yonder I hear Sir Guy's horn blow, for he hath slain Robin Hood. For yonder I hear Sir Guy's horn blow, it blows so well in tide, for yonder comes that weighty yeoman clad in his capult hide. Come hither, thou good Sir Guy, and ask me what thou wilt have. And none of thy gold, says Robin Hood, nor I'll none of it have. But now I have slain the master, he said, let me go strike the knave. This is all the reward I ask, nor no other will I have. Thou art a madman, said the sheriff. Thou shouldest have had a knight's fee, seeing thy asking hath been so bad. Well granted it shall be. But Little John heard his master speak. Well he knew that was his Stephen. Now I shall be lost, quoth Little John, with Christ might in heaven. But Robin, he hied him towards Little John. He thought he would lose him, believe. The sheriff and all his company fast after him did drive. Stand back, said Robin. Why draw ye me so near? It was never the use in our country one sheriff another should hear. But Robin pulled forth an Irish knife, and loosed drawn hand and foot, and gave him Sir Guy's bow in his hand, and bade it to his boot. And John took Guy's bow in his hand, his arrows were rusty by the root. The sheriff saw Little John draw a bow, and fettle him to shoot. Towards his house in Nottingham he fled full fast, and so did all his company, not one behind did stay. But he could neither so fast go, nor away so fast run, but Little John with an arrow broad did cleave his heart in twin. Next is the hunting of Chevoit. This is the older and better version of the famous ballad. The younger version was the subject of Addison's papers in The Spectator. Cheers. Yeah, some of the Celsius with a little bit of that Sunlink stuff. I love that stuff. No, we decided not to make rice or quinoa. We're going to have oatmeal in a little bit. Probably some blueberry oatmeal. Oh, my bouncy ball. I was using it for acupressure. I like doing this with it too. Hold and release. Hold and release. And you do it with each finger. It's very good. Yes, I use a marble sometimes too. I found my blue one. I was very happy to find my blue marble. And it works really good. You can get in between the joints, those tissues. Got a lot of good juices in there. You have a lot of nerves in your hand. 'Tis true. The hunting of the Chavoit. The Percy out of the Northumberland, and a vow to God made he, that he would hunt in the mountains of Chavoit within day 3, in the magar of doughty Douglas, and all that ever with him be. The fattest hearts in all Chavoit he said he would kill, and carry them away. Be my faith, said the doughty Douglas again, I will let the haunting, if that I may. So be my faith, F-E-T-H. I will let thy haunting, if that I may. H-O-N-T-Y-N-G. Yeah, a lot of the spelling, it trips me up for sure. Then the Percy out of the Banborough came, with him a maggot meany, with 1,500 arches bold of blood and bone. They were chosen out of shares thee. Yeah, you start to learn it because 1,500, they spell hundred, H-O-N-D-R-E-D. So you start to learn that lingo. Yeah, you get too lost in it too long and then you're tongue-tied. Exactly. This began on a Monday at morn in Chavoit, the hillies so he, the Clyde may be rue, that ye's unborn. It was the more piety. The dryers through the woods went. It was the more pit. The dryers through the woods went, for to raise the deer. Bowmen to baccarat upon the bent, with their browed arrows clear. Then the world through the woods went, on every side sheer. Green hondies thrown the grevis glent, for to kill their deer. This began in Chavoit, the hills abon, yearly on a Monday. Be that it drew to the hour of noon. Monday is spelled M-O-N-N-Y-N dash day. On a Monday. But that it draw to the hour of noon, 100 fat hearts did there lay. They blew a mort upon the bent, they assembled on Cetus sheer. To the quarry then the Percy went, to see the brightling of the deer. He said it was the Douglas promise, this day to meet me here. But I wist he would fall verminant, a great on Percy's swear. And at last the squire of Norbenland looked at his handful knee. He was war at the doughty Douglas company, with him a mighty meany. You see why I usually post these ones instead of read them out loud. I said I would try, I'm doing my best. Both with Sear, Billy and Brand, yet was a might sight to see. Hardy men both of heart nor hand were not in Christant. They went 20 honored Sear men good, without any fail. They were borne along be the water of tide, with bounties of Tividale. Leave on the breath long of the deer, he said, and to your bows look, ye tak good heed, for never seeth ye were on your mother's born, he never to mickle need. The doughty Douglas on his steed, he rode all his men before, his armor glittered and did a gleed, a bolder barn was never born. Tell me whose men ye are, he says, or whose men that ye be. Who gave you leave to hunt in this Shavuot days, and this Shavuot shays, and the sept of mine of me? The first man that ever him an answer made, yet was the good Lord Percy. We will not tell whose men we are, he says, nor whose men that we be, but we will hunt here in these shays in spite of thine and of the fattest harts in all Chevet we have killed, and cast to carry them away. Be my troth, said the doughty Douglas again. Therefore the tone of us shall die this day. Then said the doughty Douglas, unto the Lord Percy, to kill all these girlies men, alas, I'll wear great pity. But Percy throw art a lord of land, I am a yearly